Alright, let's do this. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you actually recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Hi guys, Kaiser here from Powerline. Here to do a deck profile on Maiden nubs today because different things are different for Neo-Nectar other than Musketeers once in a while, which we have a lot of on this channel. So, let's get started on the deck profile. Yes, move it down, yes. Okay, so, Maiden nub. Pretty much the Legion build is my favorite build. So, we run 4 Rambling Rose, which I really like because it actually gives you advantage upon riding, and then you can stride, and it's all well and good. So I like that, as well as the Legion skill of fetching cards. It's very reminiscent of the X, but with just a different twist on it, obviously. And then we have Trailing Rose, which I actually like sometimes if I'm going first and I have 2 in hand, or if I have the means to get another one in hand, which I will show you later how, I will go into this first, because that on-hit pressure, as well as netting 2 cards for free, is always a good thing. So, I like that. Next, we got more waifus. So, 4 of the Maiden of Damask Rose? Yep, I'm saying that correctly. You counterblast 1 Maiden of, and when it hits, you can search for a grade 3. That's very good. I mean, that's consistency in its finest. You can ride to 2. If you don't have a 3, you can put on the pressure to maybe hit with this and get your 3 you're missing. That's one of my favorite things to do, consistency. This card, Flower Screen, is essentially here for crazy Jingle Flower push turns, as well as just general cloning. So, I don't know, I'm a big fan of cards like this that have utility. And then the card we actually just switched in, which was Rainbow Wood. I actually have always been a fan of these cards because, oh yes, and in the alternatives too. I always like these cards because on-hit pressure is probably one of my favorite mechanics in the game, even though I never play decks that actually have it usually. But I actually really enjoy the on-hit pressure of this card, so if I hit Counterblast 2 draw a card in this deck, it burns through Counterblasts, not very quickly, but if you're not careful, you could end up with a lot of counterblasts on, so as long as you pace yourself, you're actually okay. And then, we have 4 PGGs. Oh, I forgot to mention. You could run this instead, but we didn't really like it, Skyline and I, because it just didn't flow right. Like, the way the deck attacks, it just doesn't feel right playing this. That's just me. And Skynet. We actually agreed on something. Yes. For PGGs, unflipping is good. Unflipping wins games. Counterblast wins games. For the new Stride Enabler, I actually really like this card because even if you, quote, have to struggle stride with this deck, it's kind of like you're not, because you're calling this out and drawing a card, which is actually a break even on stride. It's a -1?
Plus.
No, it's a +1. No, if you struggle stride, like if you stride with this and a 2, you're breaking even. Yes.
No, you get a card. You get the card back,
watch.
and you get a draw.
Yeah, no. But watch. So, because usually striding is theoretically a -1, right? Correct.
Mm-hmm.
You stride, you're losing. You stride with these 2. This gets called out, and you draw a card. You're breaking even, exactly in terms of advantage, as opposed to going minus.
That's a +1.
No, it's not.
+1. Next card.
Okay, then you got 4 of this, and this is great because, once again, unflipping is great, and actually, now that I think about it, the main card I was having issue with Counterblast in the deck was actually this, and how it flowed with everything else. I didn't find it to be that effective, but this card really helps because you get out a Maiden of card, and in a soul, draw a card, unflip. That's fantastic. Fuel the soul so you can continue to use the Legion on ride skill and kind of get a loop going, and it's great. And then this, which is kind of cool because, once again, crazy Jingle Flower-esque power turns. Like, you can use Flower Screen in tandem with this, and you can get a lot of power just for the sake of having a lot of power, which is awesome. Okay, on to the starters. We play 2 starters in this deck, and that's because when you ride Rambling Rose, let's say you don't have another 1 out, you have another target, which is fantastic. This card's great to begin with because it gives, once again, on-hit pressure in this deck. The on-hit pressure in this deck is so unreal that actually this deck runs 8 stand triggers, 4 crits, 4 heals. And, you know, recently I've gotten really into this because I've been playing Angel Feather, but the 8 stands actually do have merit because of that on-hit pressure. If you can restand early and try and continue to pressure them, and if, like, let's say they let this hit, like, you have a Maiden of unit and it hits, you could draw a card for free. Like, that's very valuable. And then once again, crazy Jingle Flower push turns exist. Heals are important. We run heals in this channel. And criticals, because who doesn't love a nice early crit, or late game crit when they're at 4? But really, the stands actually, I really enjoyed using this deck when I see them. And now, for what makes the deck in this game now, we run 4 Asha, because sticky waifus are sticky waifus. But, no, this card is really important because the ability to have your front row get power, as well as clone a card, I mean, it's just too much value. It's too important how aggressive that can be.
Red text is red.
And her text is red. We like red text here. Same with Jingle Flower. Red text is red again. Crazy push turns. I mean, we've kind of debated this a little bit. We might be cutting it down to 2 and 2 and try and fit in some other cards. For example, we only play one of this right now and one of this, but we kind of are thinking that it should be 2, 2, 2, 2. Or some weird variation of that. Maybe like 1 this, 1 Arborera for some weird reason if your heart desires an on-hit. Or Primavera, I guess. I mean, like, Nectar has so many different stride options that it's kind of hard to come up with a good stride zone that you're 100% happy with. But overall, I think the deck's very good. I think that this card is a first stride I really like because it does 2 things, power and on-hit pressure. I love both of those concepts in this game. So, it's very good. Oh, America, yes. What? What are you doing?
Sky Knight here, interrupting this deck profile. I love Multivitamin Dragon. I think it's an excellent card. I think the different types of combos you can use with Multivitamin Dragon, and you can just get insane numbers just by playing cards down. I just wanted to jump in and say that.
He's very excited about this card. But yes, this is it. This is the Maiden of deck profile. I mean, it's still a work in progress. Sky Knight recently made this deck, along with a bunch of other decks, as like an experimentation trial. So, yeah, I mean, if you have any questions, feel free to comment, like the video perhaps, or subscribe. It is welcomed. So, hope you all have a wonderful evening / day.